Hi everyone, welcome back to the show. This episode is brought to you by On My Design, a very special company, very special startup company that I'm very close to. It's actually my brother, Marcelino Hicks. He's a very talented artist, designer, architect. He's just a special dude with special skills, right? So he's responsible for this new logo that I have now for the podcast, which is, if you've seen it, you know how amazing it is. He's very talented. He has another page called MixH Arts on Insta as well. Go check his artwork out, man. Like this, he's super talented, and I'm very proud that he is my brother. Right, so go have a look, man. Like he's got designs for resorts and stuff in Fiji, because obviously he's an architect. And man, just special. If you need a logo, if you need anything, like any type of design, bro, just hit him up. And like he can work with you. I guarantee exactly what you're thinking he'll be able to provide. So hit him up, man. On this episode of the podcast, I talk about obviously my what the corona, talk about the CDC, their new update on that's got people sort of up in arms about it. I talk about my self-defense class, how we've kind of stepped it up, gotten a little bit more violent. And the Mike Tyson and Roy Jones fight that's coming up. So that's pretty exciting. And I sort of go into, since it was World Suicide Prevention Week, I kind of go into that, depression, male suicide, and just personal experiences and just a little bit of insight into what I think, what I feel about the whole situation, and how us males are, we're kind of we've been kind of I don't know, almost like indoctrinated to not show our feelings, right? But I go into that, and I talk about a few other things as well. But I hope you enjoy the show, and thanks for listening again. Enjoy. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the show. That's Just Lost podcast, hosted by me, Lussie Loss. What's everyone up to? What did everybody get up to this week? Up to cars. What did everyone get up to? I pretty much did the same shiz. Train, work, eat, sleep, and train my girls. We've been going through a whole list of scenarios, with the girls. I'll get into that soon, but first, just a little bit of a COVID update. Right now in New Zealand, we have 97 active cases. Auckland is still at level 2.5, whatever that 0.5 means, and the rest of New Zealand's at level 2. So hopefully we get back to level 1. I don't know when there's going to be another another update on where we're going to be at, but hopefully soon. Hopefully we go back down to level 1. I got a fight coming up, and I really want to fight, man. Like, it's been a while since I fought. I got injured at the start of the year. I snapped a ligament in my ankle, and that kind of set me back a bit. But then this whole corona, it's so funny because, like, obviously corona is bad, and like the way that how everything's just turned to shit, and this was, I snapped the ligament in Feb, I think. So I was just like, damn, I'm going to miss out on fighting this year. And then this COVID hit, and then the lockdown, and then now they had like right now, there has been a couple shows that's being put on, which is cool. Like, everyone, as long as they follow the guidelines, it's all good. Like, so anyway, when that injury happened to me, I was like, damn, But then it's kind of been a little bit of a blessing too, because like my body's almost back at 100%. My ankle, I've been kicking with it, I've been running with it, I've been doing hills with it. So it's almost there again. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to say 2020 has been a blessing for me in terms of my fight career. It has been, because it's given me time to just rest and not have that FOMO, you know what I mean? Like that, there's like heaps of these shows, there's heaps of fights that's going on. Like the only huge, everybody's kind of just starting to put on shows now close to the end of the year, which is cool. And I'm scheduled to fight October 17th. So fingers crossed we go to level 1 before then. I told you about so there's 97 cases right now. There was 114 Friday, I think. But then, now there's 97 active cases. What the corona for this week, I found this out probably last week, I think. Oh no, not last week. I found it out this week sometime. I can't remember what day. But the CDC has updated their website and said that only 6% of all reported COVID deaths were from COVID alone, right? So out of the 174,000 deaths, 10,000 of those were caused by COVID alone. All right, 174,470 to be exact, and 10,468.2 of those deaths were from COVID alone, which is there's a lot of like conspiracy surrounding that. Like, all right, I've read a lot on both sides, so I like to kind of, I don't know, from the outside looking in, look at the facts and keep emotions out of it. You know what I mean? So, 10,000 is a huge number. So, that's 6%, right? So the other 94% on average had, other comorbidities, 2.6 additional conditions, and causes for the death, right? If you don't know what comorbidity means, it simply means like more than one illness or disease occurring in one person at the same time. And the 94%, as stated on the website, on average had 2.6 additions. So I think that's multimorbidity. I think that's the word, multimorbidity, which means like two illnesses or disease occurring in the same person at the same time. Right, so that 6%, 10,468. The good news about that, from where I'm sitting, right? Also, this is the US stats, United States stats, because we're kind of, everybody's looking at the United States because that's where, we're getting our information from the United States, the CDC. All the guidelines are all laid out by the CDC, right? That whole mask wearing, doing the hanky-panky thing I spoke about last week. Last week, there were health practitioners in Europe and stuff like that, and they're just, they've been totaled by Fauci. So, so that 6% is 10,468. The good news I got from this, right, was that COVID doesn't actually look that bad according to those numbers. Now, don't get me wrong, like, 10,000 people dying from a disease is bad. You know what I mean? Somebody's mother, grandmother, somebody's family member. I get that. I'm just saying, from where it was, how it was portrayed at the start, that this was gonna, this was gonna be another Spanish flu, another plague, like, majority of the world's population was gonna was gonna die out because nobody knew about all of this shiz, right? And then I don't know if everybody saw it, but I remember those videos about Wuhan where they had people just laid out dead on the ground and stuff like that, like, and these makeshift hospitals and stuff like that. You know, there was a lot of fear surrounding it, but 6%, right? So that's 10,000. So to me, the good news is COVID doesn't actually look that bad. You know, I know, I know it's a little bit of a thing saying that, but, like, in terms of, like, if you're looking at the bigger picture, you know what I mean? Like, it's very bad. The bad news is it's very bad if you have a compromised immune system. You know what I mean? So, like, don't get me wrong. It's very, very bad if your immune system's low. You know what I mean? So, like, if your immune system's weak, if it's compromised, you know, please look after yourself, because you're at risk, like, you're most at risk from something bad really happening to you because of COVID. And saying that, though, if you have a weak immune system, anything can kind of get you, right? People have died from the common cold. People have died from whatever. You know what I mean? Your immune system is weak, so obviously anything that most people with a normal immune system can get through, you can't, right? So if you know somebody with a weak immune system, obviously keep away from them, keep them safe. Tell them, you know, if your immune system's weak, please look after yourself, because, you know, you don't, I don't know, it's just dangerous for you, right? So, yeah, look after yourself, man. Just, for everybody else, the death rate is still at 0.04%. So there's a 0.04% chance that, that you'll die from this disease, right? So, yeah, that's what the corona. Be kind, bro. Be kind, be safe. Wear your mask on public transport or not, you know, don't, and if anybody, doesn't have their mask on, don't start some shit, because we're different. We're not like that, right? So yeah, be kind to each other, especially in these times. There's a lot of, like, division now happening. You know, there's two sides, excuse me. Oh man, I had Chinese for dinner, and you know, it's still coming up. Anyway, there's two sides. There's, like, this is what I hate seeing. There's so much division. There's people on both sides that are so chained to their beliefs and chained to their ideologies that it's become a tribal thing. Hey, like, it's become, nah, I'm right, you're wrong. And then on the other side is, I'm right, you're wrong. You know what I mean? So there isn't no one's really having the conversation. I just see it. And then, like, on my timeline on Facebook, it's the same thing. Like, I see people arguing for and against. And that's cool. Everybody has a right to believe what they want to believe. If you do the research, then you can talk. But please, if you haven't looked at everything, if you haven't actually seen it, you're just going off facts that somebody else told you, like, bruh, don't relay that information because somebody told you. Go and look for that information yourself. You know, it's hard when somebody's trying to, you know, like, one side is saying all this crap and then the other side is saying, and then both of you are actually just telling stories that somebody else told you. Unless you have all the facts, right? Then you can spread it, you know? And, like, this is coming from me, started on a podcast with hardly any facts apart from what I'm reading right now. But I'm just saying to each other, right? I'm not gonna go and spread shit that I don't even know about. I'm not gonna talk about things as if I know about it unless I've done the research, right? I'm not going to engage in conversations that I don't know anything about. So, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, man, be kind. there's no need for division. Division is what's gonna, like, it's just gonna hurt us more in the long run, right? Know your enemy. Know your enemy. So yeah, that's my what the corona this week. Be kind, and just understand people's opinions are different. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, love one another, be kind. What I get up to this week, I trained you know how I've been training self-defense. I've been teaching self-defense classes to girls at a high school. So this week we kind of stepped it up a little bit. We did different scenarios where, we did a couple of nut shots, eye gouges, and scratching the skin off like people's faces and stuff, just fun stuff. But yeah, we did that. We did all that, and it's pretty cool. We're stepping it up. We're getting into more kind of seriousness now. You know what I mean? And these girls are good. Like, a lot of them are still, they're all young girls, right? And so when we're running through these things, I'm trying to, some of them, girls, they're like, oh, that's so mean. Like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna hurt them. And I'm trying to make them I'm like, sis, like, gee, this is like life or death. If you don't do this, it's either you or this predator that's trying to do something to you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to make them understand, like, these things, like, that I'm showing you, like, it's really important that you understand that it's like, it's life or death. There's no time to be nice when you're fighting for your life. It's important to me because I have daughters, man, and I'm really, really passionate about, like, giving these girls the confidence and, like, the skills that they need to just not survive, but just to, like, just to walk with their head held high in this world, like walk and, like, be confident in situations. Be, like, understanding, like, okay, if anything happens, I've got these set of things that could possibly save my life, and I'm trying to, I'm trying to show them, I'm trying to teach them these things, and they're like, oh, that's so mean, like the eye gouges and the face scratches and stuff like that. Like, it was cool. It's cool. Like, we're going through, and they're getting better. Like, it's actually, teaching is actually really, really good, especially if, you're learning as well, so, like, I learn a lot quicker by teaching, because I learn something, I go study something, and then when I relay that information or those skills, I get better, because then I see my mistakes and how I get, if that makes sense, so, like, that's the girls, the training for the girls, that's really cool. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, man, I'm showing these girls some really violent stuff, so, like, I feel sorry for anyone that tries to test any of my girls, like, good luck, like, it's gonna be, at the end of the year, I plan on these girls just being absolute killers, I tell them all the time, like, the skills that I'm teaching you, right, is for your own benefit. I hope they never ever have to use it. You know what I mean? I hope that I keep telling them, like, hey, this is like, I hope you never ever have to use these things that I'm teaching you. I hope, like, I pray that you don't have to. But in case you have to, you've got the skills to, and they can teach their friends, and, like, they can practice on each other, but obviously not, like, hurt each other, but, like, just practice on each other. And, like, I try and tell them, like, don't go for walks by yourself at night. Like, never put yourself in, like, situations where, if you feel weird, it's probably a weird situation. You know what I mean? Like, don't go by yourself anywhere. Don't just hop into random cars. Don't, like, if you're at a party, never ever be by yourself. You know what I mean? Never walk anywhere. Never go anywhere by yourself. But like, yeah, just teaching them all these things, bro. And it's like, I'm really, really enjoying it. Yeah, nah, that was probably what I got up to this week. I had pads with, Mike Grizzly on Monday, which was all good. I drank kava the night before, man, and I was pretty like I was all good. I was just kind of like just sluggish, real sluggish when I was doing it. Yeah, kava. I really want to start this video. I've been kind of trying to set up a video, like make this pod a video. I've got the cameras and everything, and I just kind of have to get it started. I also want to get guests on in the future. I got a couple of guests. That I have in mind, which I know will come on the show. So that's exciting. I just need to get. I don't want to get a guest on unless we have video, because you want to see them smile, cheesy cheese. So it's like, yeah, that's the videos and stuff like that. Oh, what was I wanting to talk about? Man, oh yeah, that's right. This Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. Anybody know? You should know about this fight. If you don't, Mike Tyson, former heavyweight champion, king, assassin, lion, animal, just straight killer of the world. And Roy Jones, with the same titles. They'll be fighting. 28th of November, they'll be fighting. And, oh man, like, I actually can't wait for that fight. It's gonna be mental. Mike Tyson is just, I never really, cause I think Mike, Mike wasn't really my time, but it's for every fighter knows who Mike Tyson is. Like, I'll tell you a story about when I first started fighting. This is before I even first started fighting, right? How Mike kind of hyped me up, kind of was like a little inspiration for me. So anyway, this was before I had any fights, right? I moved down to Hamilton from Auckland, and I started working, and I worked with this dude Ace Areta, who actually got me into fighting later on. And anyway, and there was this other dude there, and me and him were kind of having beef. I was the youngest there, right? So I was pretty much a boy in the workplace. Like, I was young. I was just straight out of school. And me and this guy kind of had beef, and I honestly thought he was racist. Like, honestly, bro, I was just like, bro, this guy, yeah, and because he used to just have these little snarky remarks and blah blah blah, and not like fully racial shit, but like just kind of like making me feel useless, you know what I mean? So, and I was just like, bruh, and it just kept just pissing me off that he was doing all this shit. Anyway, me and Ace, we became pretty close on the shift, and I knew he was a kickboxer at the time, Ace, right? I was just like, gee, that dude, like, he's a flopper. Like, I don't like me. What's his problem? And then Ace was just like, you guys should have a spar. And I was like, yeah, hard. I'm keen. Like, I'll have a spar. And anyway, so Ace goes, yeah, sweet, I'll set it up. And then the other bro, this dude that I'm talking about, he drove past on his forklift, and then Ace goes, bro, you and Carlos should have a spar at my house on Wednesday. And on Wednesday next week. And then the bro was just like, yeah, like really confident. And like the confidence that he had made me like drop my nuts a little bit. I was like, this guy is so confident, bro. Like, I was just like, oh shit. And because I knew the bro had like a full-on martial arts background, and apparently from what I heard from other people, that he was kind of a gangster, right? So I'm not sure to what extent he was. Like, I don't know about the whole titles and the Kaiko Shin thing, but yeah, apparently he was gangster. So when he said, yeah, bro, and looked at me at like with these like, and did this little you know what I mean? Like, he just looked like he wanted to just give me a hiding. So anyway, I was just like, oh shit. So I told Ace that day, I was like, cuz, bro, I don't, cause it was supposed to be a kickboxing, it was supposed to be a kickboxing spa, right? So I was just like, sweet, I'll go to Ace. I was just like, bruh, I don't know how to cook. Gee, I never cooked in my life. You know what I mean? Can you just show me how to cook, or just like, just handle myself? Like, my hands were all good. You know what I mean? Because like, obviously going back to Mike Tyson, everybody thought they were Mike Tyson in the hood. So, but my kicks were crap, and I knew the bro had gangster kicks, right? So so Ace said, all right, sweet, on Monday, come over to my house and we'll train. So I'm like, yo, yeah, sweet. I go over, we run through some kicks, and I'm training, like, I'm going hard, but like everything just looks pus. You know what I mean? Like, there's no flow, bro. There's no finesse. There's no power. Everything's just, I don't know. It's like a toddler trying to walk again, right? And, so Monday came, and then we went to work, and then like, I see the bro, and then like, he's going, ready for our spa on on Wednesday, and I'm like, yeah, bro, not hard, it should be good. And I'm just like, bro, I'm just gonna, like, I was just thinking, if worst comes to worst, I'm just gonna bite down and just start, like, just swing, bro, because like, I didn't know what was gonna happen. A spa, we never had spas. A spa was a fight, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, you have gym fights, you have gym spas where it's just like both of you start like a pissing comp and go, all right, sweet, let's go then until somebody stops it. But like, this was kind of like my first time, ever being put into this situation. It's, when you're fighting on the road, on the street and stuff like that, it's not kind of set up. So it's easier to just react like boom. But when you have time to think about what's coming, it's like your anxiety and stuff. And this was like, I wasn't scared because I had already agreed to it. But I was like, alright, sweet, yeah, let's do it. Anyway, so Tuesday come, I do the same thing. I go over, I train with Ace. He shows me a thing, and then on Wednesday, when we're supposed to have the spa, I go over a little bit early so we can run through a few things, right? Oh, sorry, Mike Tyson. How Mike Tyson connects in this. So on that Tuesday night, the night before I was supposed to spa, I was watching like all Mike Tyson, like his interviews, his trainings, his highlights, bro. And I was just like, yo, I was hyping myself up. I was just like, I'm the man. I'm Mike Tyson. And I was just like, just trying to hype myself up cause I never been put in a situation where it was a planned thing. You know what I mean? Like in school, you had planned fights, but it was cause all your boys are with you. So you know what I mean? Like, it's easier to actually be walking through a park and then somebody comes and steps you out. But when all your boys are with you, there's no fear because everyone's just hyping each other up, feeding off each other's energy, right? So anyway, we go and we do the spa. I had Mike Tyson's body rip uppercut like fully downloaded into my blueprint. I was just like, body uppercut, just even my movement, bro, was Mike Tyson, and like in the first round, bro, I did good. Like I touched him up hard, but then I gassed out, and the bro like got his kicks in me in the second round. He rocked me, and like and then in the third round, it was just us just hammering it out. Like, mind you, this dude was a grown man, right? I was probably 17, going on 18, and like, and the bro had like a martial arts background. So it was cool. So we had this spa. It was good. After that, like there was this respect, and then like I never had a problem with him again afterwards. And, yeah, and that's probably like, That's two birds with one stone. I told you about my first spy and how, and then Ace goes and tells me, bro, you ever thought about fighting? And I was like, nah, bro, not really. Yeah, like, he's just like, cuz you actually, there's something there. I didn't tell him that, oh, nah, bro, I was just watching Mike Tyson and like, I'm a copycat. You know what I mean? Monkey see, monkey do. I soak things in really easily. So when I saw that when I was watching those Mike Tyson vids, I like fully mimicked it. I didn't have the fitness at that time because at that time I was not as healthy as I am now. You know what I mean? I was putting a lot of bad stuff into my body at the time. So, yeah, that was that Mike Tyson, and that was my Mike Tyson story. Sorry, it's a bit late right now. We just got back from Auckland, so anyway, November 28th. That's when that fight is. They're saying it's an exhibition fight, but these two gangsters, they're gangsters, bro. Like, ain't no exhibition. Like, it's gonna be like, who's the king of the jungles type shiz. They're both in their 50s. So, I think they'll start off slow. Excuse me. I think they'll start off slow. And then when somebody lands something, then it's all on. It's just going to be fireworks all the way through. Eh? So I can't wait for that. November 28th of November, Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones. Roy Jones, he was like one of my, like, not my idols, but just somebody that I used to watch. Like, his highlights were just out of this world because like, his fighting style was similar to mine at the start, where, obviously not as good. Like, he made things look so easy, bruh. Like, Roy Jones, he has this highlight on YouTube. It's called Can't Be Touched, Roy Jones. And if you watch that, bro, it's stupid. It's like, it's crazy how somebody can be that slick, that good. You know what I mean? And like, on the other side too, Mike Tyson, watch his knockouts. Like, this guy, he had 50 wins, 44 of those wins were knockouts. How mental is that? So 44, and majority of those knockouts came in the first round. You know what I mean? Jones was 66 wins, 47 KOs. So like, these two are both gangsters, and Jones did that in multiple weight classes. He was light, and then he went all the way up to heavy, and then he tried to come back down, and then that kind of worked out bad for him, because your body can't just go up and down like a yo-yo like that, especially at that level. But anyway, that Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones, that was this week. That was what I was kind of looking forward to. It's not for a while. Hopefully it happens. Hopefully this corona stuff dies down. The US elections are November as well, so depending on how that goes, I think everyone should kind of pay attention to the US elections, because the United States really has an impact on the rest of the world. So the elections is something that I feel like everybody should, even though we're very self-sufficient here in New Zealand, we do get impacted a lot by US politics, So, just have a look out for that in November. It's not for a while. UFC 253, that's in 2 weeks. So I'm super excited for that one. That's like, I'm excited for it, bruh. I can't even tell you how excited I am. But, it's gonna be mental. Like, this week we had, I'm gonna go a little bit, I don't know, it's something that I feel very strongly about. This week we had, World Suicide Day week, and it's something that, I feel definitely needs to be talked about, because I've been affected by it. I've lost people that I care about to suicide, and most recently, one of the young boys that used to train with us, Matua, um, you know, this this shit, right? This depression shit. It's man, it's real, and it sucks that the line, it's only a thin line between like, he's just an attention seeker to death. You know what I mean? Like people people find it hard to speak up about these things. I know because I've been there. I've been through there. I've been to a dark place. Like I've been there, bro. Like it's not a fun place. You know what I mean, to be at, and it's very hard because you don't want to talk to anybody about it. You don't think that you can talk to anybody. You think that nobody will actually understand what you're going through, so you suppress it. And especially males, bro. Like, we're in a society where it's weak for a man to show their feelings. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's weak. A man, like, you kind of grow up thinking a man should never show his emotions. We just gotta be these big, strong men that don't cry, that don't, and like that's like, that's been so ingrained into our society that a lot of people kind of like, it's hard because you can't. Male suicide is massive. Male depression is huge. You know what I mean? And like, there needs to be like, I don't know. I don't have the answers, bro. But all I know is like, frick, man, you gotta talk to someone. Talk to someone, bro. Just, there's nothing there. Honestly, if anybody's going through that, nothing in life is that serious. Like, it may seem like the world is, crumbling down all around you, but believe that it's gonna get better, and it will get better. It honestly will get better. You be, just gotta be strong. I know it's a lot easier said than done. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a lot easier said than done. But you're thinking about people not loving you and people don't care about you, and it'll be better off if you're not here. That's just that imbalance in your head, because people do love you and people will hate to lose you. There's people around you that would love to like talk to you and stuff like that. That would love you to reach out and go, hey, I'm actually going through some shit right now and I need somebody to talk to because I've been having these thoughts, right? So that's just, honestly, I was sad this week, just thinking about it, because we had a couple boys in high school that took their life, and just, yeah, bro, like, reach out, check on your mates, like, frick, man. With social media has brought us closer together, but it's also separated us. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's like, I don't know, man. Reach out for your friend, like, to your friends, like, to your family members. Listen, man. Just listen. Pay attention to the signs. It's usually the people who smile the most, the happiest people. The guys who are constantly trying to put on their brave face. Those are a lot of the times that's who's hurting the most. All right. So always look at signs, man. Always make sure that your mate or your family member is good. Reach out, check on each other, man, especially in these times. All right. There's a lot of people struggling right now, whether it's job loss, relationship, I don't know, social media, anything. There's so many things that's going on right now that's causing people to have these little breakdowns. And it's like, it's honestly, there's a saying, it's like, it's not weak to speak. You know what I mean? Like, it's not weak to speak, bro. Like, you can. There's really nothing more important than your life. You know what I mean? Your family love you. There's people that care about you. There's people's lives who will change for the worst if you're not around. You know, a lot of people think about this, you know, and I know because I have in the past, for sure I have. Like, I'm not gonna lie and just like talk about this shit and not think it. I've definitely felt it. I've definitely thought about it, and my life wasn't even that bad. You know what I mean? It's just like you end up in this cloud. You end up with this cloud over your head. Then it's very hard to come out of it. One thing that I've kind of, you know, thought about and like taken on board, like over the years, is like how important meditation is. You know, I haven't done it as much, right? But I feel like the times that I have done it, like it's good to be. I know it's kind of like taking a backward step saying that, oh, it's good to be alone, but it's good to like be comfortable when you're alone. You know what I mean? It's good to, you know, I stayed in China. There were moments there in China where I was by myself and like I had no one to talk to in English, right? So I was just there on my own, never had a proper conversation with anyone for about 4 months, I don't know. It was actually more. No, it was 4 months actually. Yeah, and like in Chaoyang when I was teaching at that school, and it's just like you kind of get put into, and one thought can like sort of change your whole outlook, right? But I got comfortable with being alone. Like I got comfortable just being by myself, you know? So like I have moments like now that I kind of like seclude myself, you know, because I like my company. Like I was gonna say I like my company more than I like anybody else's company, but that's like that's slightly true. You know what I mean? Like I'll be good if I'm just by myself. Like it doesn't really matter to me at all. As long as if I've got something to do, or even if I don't, I can just figure out something so I can think about stuff. I can, you know what I mean? Like I can write or whatever, but you know, like that's one thing that kind of helped me, like was like meditation, training. Obviously the food that you eat has a huge impact on your mental state also. The people that you're around, you know, there's a lot of people in your circle of friends that just want to bring you down, that doesn't want to see you succeed. Those are the people you need to get rid of in your life, right? Those are the people in your relationships. Like a lot of males in relationships kill themselves while they're in a relationship because of relationship problems. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's very, very common. It's very common. So, like, brothers, like, I don't know. It's hard to, because I don't know the full extent of what each of these relate. You know, there's the circumstances are different case to case, but, you know, we just need to learn to speak up. We need to learn to like know that it's like okay, bro. It's okay to show emotion. I'm working on it, bro, because like I can be the coldest dude, and I know that. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm more like when I do talk about these things, it's kind of telling me to do that because I can be emotionless. You know what I mean? And like, you know, I'm slowly learning it too. Like, you know, my wife talks about it, like tells me like, you know, and I know that I know that I can just be cold and just shut everything off, especially if I'm not feeling well, you know? What's wrong? Nothing's wrong. I'm sweet, you know? Don't worry about me. You know what I mean? So it's like, cause I like to deal with things by myself. And I feel like my mental, my mental strength is stronger than a lot of people. So I can deal with it, but not everybody's got a strong mind, right? Not everybody's got, not everyone's had the experiences that I've had. Like, you know what I mean? Like my experiences from when I was a child. We spoke about some things that kind of triggered me, when I was in Auckland. Like, but I was thinking about, I didn't say it, but I was thinking about, there was certain moments that, that I carried it on through my adult life and as a child. So it's just like, you gotta learn to talk. You gotta learn to, speak up, talk about your feelings, how you're feeling and everything. Like it's really important, boys and girls, but I'm mainly talking to the brothers out there. Like, depression is a real thing, bro. And you just gotta understand that, frick, man, you're not alone. You know what I mean? Like, you're not alone, bruh. Nothing's that serious. Like, you just gotta understand, like, there's people that love and care about you, and there's nothing that, nothing's gonna replace you. You take a part of these people with you, like, just figure out, what's the problem. Look at your circle. Who's not good? Who's not there to lift you up? Doesn't have the same goals as you. You know what I mean? Like, look, just do that, bruh. Who doesn't have the same goals as you? Your lifestyle change. Like, if you're just drinking, doing drugs and stuff like that, and like, think about that. Maybe that's half the problem. You know what I mean? Like, it could be anything, but I'm just saying, don't be afraid to speak up, right? Yeah, man, I think that's it. I think that's the podcast for this week. Sorry, it was a little bit of a downer, but I was a bit on a down buzz this week because of, just thinking about like Matua and like, just people being sad, man, like depression and all of that. And like, I was in my own head a lot this week. So, sorry to end it on this note, but like, I just want this to be, bro, check on your mates, check on your friends, check on your family, because you never know what anyone's going through, man. Love, be kind, especially in these times when they're trying to divide us, like, understand, like, you gotta understand, you gotta have empathy, you gotta have understanding, love. It's just, be kind, bruh, be kind. Alright, so that's it from me, man. Peace out. Later.